New classroom rules. Why are we changing things? Well, this is what I see many times when I'm teaching. I see the student that's asleep, several students texting, talking to other people, or just daydreaming, and then there's always the person asking for the bathroom pass. And here I am in the front, wah, wah, wah. I don't feel like that my lessons are getting through to you, and I'm not sure that you guys are even paying attention. And then we have the problem with homework. There are 1,000,005 excuses why we don't do our homework. When homework was supposed to be given to provide practice and give you an opportunity to review and study. However, more often than not, I get just excuses. And you don't really learn things. It's not done, you copy it from a classmate, you don't do it very well, and you don't skip all the word problems, and you don't show your work. And the result of this all is the test grades. I am really disappointed with the grades that I have been seeing on tests lately. And as the definition of insanity that is popular right now is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So it is time to change things up. What does this mean? Well, I've been doing a lot of research, and I have been going to a lot of conferences and doing a lot of stuff online, and found some interesting things, and I'm hoping that these things will help us. What does this mean to you? In class, we're going to change things. We're going to have a daily review quiz. Not unlike the bell quiz we've had in the past, not unlike the one we started today with. But now it will be an individual effort. I will allow you to use your books and your notes, but you are not allowed to use each other. But this should always be based on what we did on the day before. So it should be things that you already know. I'm going to be grading it summatively instead of formatively, which means it goes into the 75% category. I think that's a good thing because it gives us more grades in that category. And that means that we have to review it only after it is turned in. When we do have whole class discussions, like when we review these bell quizzes, we will be called on by Uno card. I'm going to explain that a little bit more later. We have a sliding scale also on your desk. And we will be doing a lot of collaborative work. I would say about 75% of our time in the class will be collaborative work now. You'll be doing daily assignments, kind of like what you used to get as homework, projects, and presentations. Like you'll even be making videos as a group, like this one that I have right now. At home, I'm going to be assigning videos that you can look up on TeacherTube. Which I will expect you to take Cornell Notes on, and that will be your homework. This will allow you to be prepared for your next class. So let's go into some of the more specific examples of what's going on in class. First thing is that you'll notice is that each of you have an Uno card taped to your desk. That Uno card is there, and I'm going to help me make sure that I am completely democratic on calling on people in class. I will have my own little deck of cards. I will shuffle them, and I will call out an Uno card, and that will be the person I call on. You may opt to pass it on to someone else. You will choose who it is you want to pass it on to. But I would like you to at least attempt to answer whatever question it is. There are some special cards in the deck that will have a little bit different meaning, and I just wanted to let you know what they are before they come up. The first one is a wild card, which means that anybody may answer. There's two kinds of wild cards. I have them both here. The second one is a zero card. No one has zero on their desk, but when that one comes up, that means that anyone of that color, in this case red 0, or anybody who is red, will be able to raise their hand and answer that question. And then there's the pick 2, which means I'm going to pick 2 answers, and probably both from blue in this case. So those are the special cards that will happen with the Uno cards on your desk. Let's see how this works. And please, please try not to peel the Uno cards off your desk. Okay, next thing. You also notice that there is a sliding scale on your desk. This is to take the place of the little fingers for our rating system. And you can slide it up or down. You can see you can go to 1. You can even go to 0. If you're asleep, you might not be able to put it to 0, but if you're really, really not engaged, it could be 0. 1, let's start with 3. 3 is a different color because that is really our goal. And it means that you understand the subject that we're doing, you don't need any help to do the problems, and that you can be doing them on your own. 4 means that you can help someone else. So that if I have a person with a 4 in the group and other people are at 2s and 1s, I will expect you to be helping them, not giving them the answers, but helping them understand the problems that you're doing. A 2 means I kind of get it, but I still need some help to complete the problems. And a 1 means that I really don't understand this at all, but I'm trying. You are able to change this at any time during the class period. It might be I may ask a question, or we might be going through a problem and you might want to put that at 2, and as I'm walking through the classroom, I'll stop and help you a little bit more. If you're up at the 4, I will still stop and ask you how you're doing, but I will expect you to be able to explain the problem to me more than me having to explain the problem to you. I also would like to be able to say, slide your scale at any time and be able to get just a general touch point for the whole class so that I know kind of where everybody is, and it will also help us when we go through the evaluation process. So expect that one when we have a evaluator. For example, right now, I'd like everyone to slide your scale with how well you understand the changes that are happening in the class right now. Go ahead, do it now. Good. I hope you will make sure that you understand that these are not the most bulletproof little scale things, but it did take me a long time to put them together, so I would appreciate you treating them nicely. All right, on to homework. Our homework is going to be able to watch tutorial videos. They're going to be up on TeacherTube. I will give you the link in class, and I will also on Progress Book. And so you will be responsible for some time between the time class ends and before the next class to go on to TeacherTube and watch that video. That it should be twice a week, maybe 3 times a week that you will do this at most. And because there won't be all the distractions of the phone and, oh, please slow down, I need to copy this again, and all those things that happen during our normal lectures or in class, it should only be about 15-20 minutes at the tops. So I'm expecting that you will be able to use your time wisely here. The other nice thing about the video is that at any time you have any problems or any questions, you can stop the video. Just pause it, go back, if you want to copy down a definition, you have time to freeze the frame and get the whole phrasing of it down. And it should really be a good way for you to learn it at your own pace. You will need to take Cornell Notes while you're watching the video. And that is how I know that you've done it. So I will be grading you. That will be your homework grade. If you don't have your notes, when you come into class, and I know that's the first thing someone's going to ask, what happens if it doesn't happen? Well, you will be watching the video in class. You will get 5 points, whether you take the notes at that point or not. You will get 5 points. And you will probably lose out on some of your collaboration time. Okay, Cornell Notes. I'm realizing that we probably need just a refresher. It's the beginning of the semester, and I have a refresher for us. There's 3 sections: while watching, after watching, and then summarizing. So the first thing you need to do with Cornell Notes, and I want to remind you what they look like, here they are, is that you have to set them up. You need to put a title with your name, the period, the class, and the date. What's also very important is the title for the particular set of notes that you're doing. In this case, I have new classroom setup. Okay, so these are the notes of this video. Okay, here we have And while you're watching the video, you write these notes. You do not have to fill in every line. You can abbreviate. You definitely don't have to write everything down that I do. But you should be putting in some examples. And you also should be putting definitions to words that you're unfamiliar with. Notice I have a little flipping the classroom here, because that's the tech term for what we're doing. And just things in bubbles, and not everything's in order. It doesn't have to be beautiful or anything, but it is basically what's been going on in the video. This is what should happen while you're watching the video or right afterwards. After that, you need to add into the left-hand side your questions. Remember that these are questions that either you had while you were watching the video and you need to ask in class the next day, or questions that you think may happen or may be on the test, or that I might ask you. Notice I have 4 here. You should have at least 3 questions, and not all of them should be one-word answers. I wrote, why are we changing our class? How does this affect me? What is the Uno card doing taped to my desk? And how do I make useful Cornell notes? So these are questions, and for the most part they should be answered in the body of your notes. Now, of course, I just said you could ask questions that you're going to ask in class, so those would not necessarily be in your notes. Finally, you need to do a summary. Summary should only be about 2 sentences long, couple lines. I wrote for this one, summary, we are changing our classroom routines in the hope that class time will be more engaging and students will learn better. This means more group activities and watching tutorial videos for homework. Don't forget Cornell Notes. So it's about 2.5 sentences that sum up everything that happened in the video. If you do these Cornell Notes, not only will you get a good grade on your homework, but you'll also be prepared for the next class period. I hope you like our new setup.